Hey guys, my name is Arielle, and today you're going to be getting a book review from my friend Gili and I. This was filmed a while back, but posting here now. Also, I have a book discussion on the channel. Enjoy!
Badoop. So, let's talk Hex and why I gave this book not 3, not 4, but 1. I gave it 1 star. Hex tells the story about a witch living in a little town named Black Spring. So, the people in Black Spring are cursed. If they want to go out the little town, they can't, because if they live for too long, they become suicidal. The witch is known to everybody. Her name is Catherine. Everybody knows how she looks like. She just appears sometimes out of the blue, like you can be in your living room watching TV and then Catherine will be just there watching you watching TV. So she's always there and everybody knows who she is, and the people in the town actually have an app when they just record where she is at each moment. So everything changes when a group of teenagers living in Black Spring decide to take action and try to change things and break through the curse. They decide to take action, but they have a lot of disagreements among them about how they should act against her, and let's say it like this, things don't go the way they wanted them to go. So I didn't like the book. First, the writing style was very weird for me. One chapter can be in past tense and the other chapter can be in present tense. And it's very confusing and I don't like the inconsistency. Another thing why I didn't like the book was the misogyny. Well, you have 5 characters that are female and they are all either cursed, stupid, useless, or batshit crazy. Other thing is the writer has a fetish to boobs. They get mutilated, I don't know if I say that word right, but they get harmed, they got harassed, they get squeezed. There's even a description of a teenager's nipples in one scene. And there is another scene when there are a lot of children in the sky in the form of a boob with a nipple. But there are so many boobs in this book. The town was very one-dimensional. Nothing really happens in the first 200 pages, and then in the last 200 pages, everything goes to ash. Things happen without any explanation. I don't know how suddenly there are a lot of children in the sky in the form of a boob. I don't know how suddenly the people decided to do this or that. Like, they give Catherine forces that we as readers did not know that she had. Also, everybody in the town goes crazy. Like, people do things that they're not supposed to do as their characters. It just doesn't make any sense to how they behaved most of the book. Like, your characters had their consistent way of behaving, their consistent way of feeling, of thinking, and then they didn't. Like, they acted in the opposite way of how they acted in the first pages. So I didn't like the misogyny, I didn't like the slow pace, I didn't like that the book didn't really make sense. At the end, I was just like, what the fuck did I just read? I hope this book does not represent the whole horror genre and that there are better horror novels than it.
Hi, I'm Arielle from Reading and Whatnot, and I'm going to give you my pros and cons for Hex. So, cons. I felt like the book was not about what I thought it was going to be about, which happens a lot when you read a book, but it wasn't there for me. My biggest con was it felt like the book was more about the town and the people in the town and how quickly people can get into a frenzy and go crazy. And honestly, I've seen a lot of that recently in the past year or two, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to read about it. Another con I have is there's a lot of abuse in this book, whether it be mental, physical, sexual. This is going to be kind of a spoiler, but there was a lady who was being forced out of a council, and the guy had her pushed against a wall, and she was like squeezing and just twisting her breasts, and it just, the writer had no, in my opinion, and this is my opinion only, the writer had no respect for women, and there was very few female characters in the book, and the ones that were there didn't really play a role. They weren't essential to the story at all, except to be there, to be made fun of, or treated like crap. Another con I have is the book just didn't seem like it was really going anywhere. Like, it literally went nowhere toward the end. Like, middle toward the end, it's like, what am I reading? Prose. I think the book was generally creepy. There was a lot of moments that I was like, oh, so creepy, I can't wait to see more or read more. And that was pretty much my only pro. There were certain aspects in the book that got me to a point where I wanted to keep reading. I was generally interested up until about 80%. And then after that, I was just kind of lost interest, but I was already so far. I'm like, let's just see how it ends. I liked Catherine. I liked her character. I liked the witch. I felt like maybe she wasn't all that bad. And I think I would have actually liked to see a little bit more go on with that. The book could have taken a whole different direction, honestly. And it didn't, so yeah. And that's the end of the video. Go check Gili out. She has an original song on her page called Brick by Brick, inspired after the Six of Crows duology. It's really, really nice. She plays the guitar. Totally love it. I hope you guys have a good day. Use your local libraries, read more books. Okay, bye.